This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so what is the introduction of the Pega PRPC? What is the difference between Pega and Java? And what are the some prerequisites? So before going to learning so Pega, so what are the prerequisites is required? And then what type of what is the installation process? These are all we'll discuss in the class. Then if you have any queries, and just ask me, and I will explain them. In fact, one second. So first of all, what is PRPC? And why Pega? Compared to all BPM tools, why Pega? Then next one is what is the difference between Pega and other BPM tools? Then next one is what is the difference between Pega and coding technologies like Java? So what is the introduction of the Pega predefined application? Then what are the designs? What are the designs in Pega application? Then first I will discuss these are all the key points. Then we will go for BPM introduction and all this. And then we will go for actual design process and development. Then fine. So the first of all, the PRPC full form is Pega Rules Process Commander. So that means before that, why Pega only? So I mean compared to all BPM tools, why Pega only will be occupied number of place compared to other BPM tools, compared to other coding technologies and all this. So because of reason is compared to all BPM tools, BPM full form is Business Process Management. So compared to all BPM tools, the Pega will be occupied number one place. Then because of reason versions. So in each and every year, Pega system will be introduced at versions of the, I mean versions of each and every, each and every year they are introducing the new version. So that means each and every version they are just introducing the new rules and what are the customer and clients is looking, and they will fulfill their requirements, and even that applications will be converted into the current version to new versions. So that is the reason there are a lot of updates these days. If for commenting, let's take example for other BPM tools like PM, like other Oracle BPM and Cloud-based and BPM, IBM BPM. So we don't have versions. So in the Pega only having a versions. The current version of Pega PRPC is a 8.4 version. 8.4 version. So in the 8.4 version, so but in 8.1 they are going to stop the certification coming 2 months, and the certifications is only available for 8.4 only, LCSA, LCSSA and LS. So This is for mainly difference between that Pega and other BPM tools. And let's check what is the difference between the Pega and other technologies like any Java or Java technologies and coding technologies. So if it is considered, if you are going to develop the application into that clients is that business clients is going to search, and if they are going to develop their application, and they are going to check and what type of applications is, I mean what type of technology is better and which technology is better to develop their applications. Then so there is a lot of advantages is there in Pega, and even the Java is also providing to the good applications development and security also. So I'm going to mention some key points difference between Pega and the Java. So if you are using the coding, what type of difference? If you are not using the coding, what is the difference? So in that Pega, if you are going to develop the application that Pega, there is no coding there. No need to write any coding also. This is totally for the drag and drops. Even if you are going to develop the applications and any single line of code also, we don't get a requirement in the 6 and the 5 version. There is coding is there in Pega. So in the 7.2 onwards, the coding is totally deleted. So that means in that 8.1 there is no coding now. So in the Pega PRPC, free of code. In the Java, everything should be coded. Coding is required. So everything, so we just develop by using the code. That is for the one difference. And another difference is, so if you are going to develop the application into the Pega, so that duration of the first, the duration, the project duration will be very less. The project duration will be is less. And the Java, the project duration, it will take more time. Okay, the project duration is more. It will take more project development time, and that is for one difference. And another difference is if it is less duration for development of the project and the cost is less. Development of cost, the project development cost is less. This is one difference. For in Pega, with Java, if it is duration is more, then definitely the client should be need to pay the more cost. Cost is more. So this is another difference. If it is cost is less is nothing but it will take less resources to develop the application by using Pega. I mean it will require for less resources. And if it is cost is more, mean nothing but a, so more resources are required while developing the application by using Java. That is only another difference. But one more important one is security. Security is very important of the protecting application. Application okay, development is okay. So what about the product? Your application is not product, then development of the application then all will be no use, right? So that means that even the Pega is having the good security rules and we can protect the application. But Java is everything. So, but is providing the good security to the applications, no doubt at all. But compared to the Pega also is providing to the good security compared to Java. So these are the considerations, and the business clients is going to just develop that before going to develop their applications. They are going to check for that and which tool is required and which tool is better to develop their application. If they want to develop their application by using Pega, then definitely they are going to, without coding, then they are going to prefer to the Pega only better. And if they wants to develop their application with the coding, then definitely they are going to prefer to the Java. that depends upon the client's headquarters. This is for the differences between the Pega and not only Java and other coding technologies. So come back to that Pega PRPC. PRPC already I told. So Pega rules process commander. So that means the full form of the meaning of this full form is in Pega everything should be we can call it as a rules. But in Java everything should be we can call it as a objects. Right. So that means whenever developing the application in Pega, then it will be required for multiple roles and create them. So whenever you create that rule will be saved one database. That database we can call it as a rule-based database. The database you can call it as rule-based. So that all rules are saved into the rule-based data table, rule-based database, and then we can process that rule. That is called full form of the process PC, process command. That PRPC full form is to create the rules and we can process the rule into the rule-based database. So that is called the full form of PRPC. So this is the meaning of the PRPC. And what are the other one is introduction of the Pega predefined application. Okay, so let's and another one, what is the designs into the Pega application? What is the introduction of the Pega predefined application? I'm going to explain before that. So what is the BPM and what are the process and what are the uh, application, what is a business application process and all will be discussed. Let's go before going to the introduction of the Pega predefined introduction and designs into the Pega PRPC. Now, what is the BPM? What is the BPM? BPM full form is Business Process Management. And then what are the business? What is the BPM application process and what is the other application process? So what is the definition of the BPM? So I'm not showing the slides. Then I'm just writing the some manual for that. So business stands for, I mean that BPM stands for Business Process Management. Business Process Management, which provides the ability to have uh, end-to-end end-to-end visibility. Okay, what is the visibility? I will tell you one by one. Visibility, end-to-end visibility, and control the end-to-end visibility and control over all parts of multi. Multi is very important. What is the meaning of multi? I will tell you. Multi-step, multi-step transactions, multi-step transactions that spanning or the spans multiple applications and people, these persons in one people or organization. or one organizations or more organizations. So this is the meaning of that BPM. Let's come to step by step process here. Business process management full form is, it stands for business process. BPM stands for business process management, which is provides ability to have end-to-end visibility and control over the, I mean, end-to-end visibility. End-to-end visibility is nothing but what? Provides visible ability to have end-to-end visibility. Suppose, so anyone is working for Java here, Java or other coding technologies, any other manual testing or QA, anyone is there here?
No,
Okay. Razu, Rugesh,
no,
uh, Kamal, Kamal, I don't have. Kamal, Abhishek also is there. Okay, anyway, so why I'm asking means like
no, sir.
at least, yeah, yeah, no problem, no problem. Okay, just ask me question. Okay, fine. So that means um, if in the development of the applications, what is the environment is there here? So not only Java development, that any application development, there is a different environment. First will be gather the requirements. Okay, that means we gather the requirements. These are the areas actually. Gather the requirements to the clients. Gather the requirements to the clients and analyze that requirement. That means analysis. That next one should be what are the analysis. After analysis is done, let's go for development of the application, dev. Then after development, go to the testing. Then after testing, so go to the UAT, user acceptance testing, and then after that, go for the production. So whenever that application will be into the live production, that application development will be completed. So then before that live production, the application will be still into the mode. So that means then this point, what's the point here? Which provides the ability to have end-to-end visibility is nothing but. Suppose in the normal applications, so in the normal applications, so we'll be involving these all areas. Application will be travel to then starting to ending. So, but even that if you want to generate the reports into any other application like any Java, so that if you want to generate the reports, you can just to go for consult other third party first, like any MSBA and some other servers like that. So if any other technologies, but in Pega, reporting also one of the design is included. Reporting also one as the designing, including for the, these are all designs, analysis, production, these are all that environments, right? Reporting also one of the environment in the Pega application. That means it will be provided through that application visibility to the starting analysis to the till production, live production to the applications. That is this point, which provides the ability to have end-to-end visibility and control over the parts of multi-step transactions that spans multiple applications. That means, so let's say example, so in one applications there is a multiple operators are required. That operators should be, some operators are developers, some operators are testers, some operators are production engineer, some operators are managers, some operators are the what like some what sub support admin team. Okay, so that means each and every operator is having some particular access control. So that means there is a developer. Okay, so that developer should be is having only for access to the developing to the application area. So in that Pega there is a users and admins, and then testers and managers. So manager, what will be to the development? Developer will be developing the application. User will be, so will just they are accessing on the applications and they will provide the input. And that admins administrator always will be monitor the applications, and if it is any error is happens, any agent is not running, they will trace the agent in the back. And testing, the tester will be testing only the application. That means so we can provide for the particular operator for particular access control only. So manager is going to, what is the manager role of that Pega? So manager role is manager will be perform and will be give the requirement to the developers, and he just monitor that case will be that manager will be involved, that after development is done he is going to approve the case or reject. So that means each and every operator is having some particular access control to while developing the applications. While developing the application. That means here the step is multi-step transactions, people one or more organizations. That means so while developing the applications and it will require for the multiple transactions. Suppose example there is a loan application. So if you are going to submit that loan application into the bank, some third party agent person will be gather the documents for you. The documents and let's say example, let's say some bank, I will get idea. In the bank will be providing to the different services, right? What type of services? Some loan services and some insurance services and some what like mm, some other financial services, let's say, or some new account opening services. So what will happen whenever, as per customer, whenever you're going to enter the bank, they will give some form, right? What type of form? Some registration form. So whatever it is, loan or insurance or account opening, that form is same, right? But the registration form is same. First, you can just fill that form. That means in one organization only. In that one organization, this is a framework suppose. This is a framework. So here what will happen? These are all the implementation. This is implementation 1 and this is implementation 2 and this is implementation 3 suppose. Okay. So what will happen once will be all the implementation will be done. We can just go on to use this in the framework, right? So that means that there is a multiple applications and a multiple operators should be involved, and even this what are the implementation applications will be there in that organization, and that means these are all will be reusable of the this frame. This will be reused to this framework application. That means in that Pega, there is for two application development. One is for framework application development, and in the another one should be so implementation application development. One should be framework application development, and another one should be implementation application development. So this is for Pega environment and application process. So this is a normally what is the BPM application process and other application process. So other application process is, let's say, I will tell you one simple diagram, we'll get idea. Suppose this is for some other application process. Other means some traditional applications. Let's first of all we can develop for the some UI, and then that UI logic will be executed into the backend. Then what will happen? The corresponding request will be transferred to the database. So here the end user will be interacting with the UI and they will send the request, and the request corresponding logic will be executed into the backend logic. So then that the request will be transferred to what, like in the database, and even we'll get the responses to data to logic, logic to UI. This is not normally other application process. But what is a BPM application process? What is a BPM application? Same only. So this is like UI, logic, these are all will be developed under the one workflow that is called process flow. So we can call it as a process. What is a process? First, we'll discuss. So inside the process, we can develop UI. In the UI, the logic will be executed in backend, and then send the requests to the database. UI, logic, then data. So the request will be transferred to UI to logic, logic to database. Then response will be transferred to database to logic, logic to UI. These are all will be when these actions, this all process will be so, and we can develop under the one workflow or one process flow. But in normally other applications, so we don't require for the flow representation. In the BPM, it is required some process or workflow representation is required. Inside the workflow only, then we can develop our business logic. So what is the process here? That process is nothing but a process is a unit of work that can be completed, either acceptance or result. So that means whenever the end user will be send the requests to the database, that end user will get the response. That request will be either accept or reject. Right? That is normally business process application development process, BPM application development process. So this is for BPM and differences between the BPM applications and other applications. So let's go for then what is the introduction of the predefined applications and what are the designs of the application. Already I told you that Pega will be no need to write any Java coding. So Pega will be free of code. See, even if you're going to develop the application into the Pega, so this thing is very important. That means there is 50% inbuilt rules are executed into the package. 50% rules, almost 50% rules are predefined. Only we can develop for only 50%. I mean, already 50% will be predefined in there. Then we can go and develop for only 50% of the rules. That means there is some Pega predefined application here. Pega predefined application. So that is Pega platform application. The Pega platform application in the sense can just go to credentials. First of all, this application credentials is that username. Username is the Pega platform application credentials is administrator at rate of pega.com. That password is install. This is a username and password. Let's provide this username and password here and click on login.
Do we need to do anything for installation of this Pega in the system?
Yeah, come again, Yogesh.
I mean, do we need to install anything in the system before going for before accessing this Pega application? Do we need to
No,
have
no, no,
tables?
no, no need to install anything. So just directly there is a zip file is there. Okay, directly extract that file and just install it also. No need to install anything. No need to install any database also. Clear?
So if I want to start, then how one can start?
Yes, I will tell you. So then first of all, the installation process is first I will share you one zip file for you, and that zip file will be just copy the zip file into the C folder. This is the zip file. Extract this file and go to this file now. There will be install. Even I will tell you the next class how to install this one, and then once you double click on the install, then automatically the installation will take to 30 minutes. So then in the desktop we'll get three icons automatically. This is first startup. First we need to start the server. Okay, so that means first it will take for 0%, it will take minimum 15 to 20 minutes to get the 0%. This means all rules are executed into the backend. This is a first selection. Normally in the enterprise will be process will be different. Directly will be once you log in the credential, we will enter into the directly for server. But in the first selection, first will be start the server, and after waiting for 15 to 20 minutes and click on login, and that login screen is this one. Okay, so this is the Pega platform application. Some Pega predefined application whenever install these Pega systems only develop this application some tools. So that means first we will be log in this application. If we want to create new application, go to here, click on new application and follow the new application process. This is the procedure for the installation. Before going to install, first of all, maintain the system configuration should be 64-bit OS is required. 64-bit OS and 8 GB RAM. These are the system configuration. If it is system, if the system you don't have 8 GB, then better to increase your RAM. Otherwise, your system gets slow. Okay, that is 8 GB RAM also required. So even if you have 4 GB also no problem, but system gets slow. These are the required things before going to install the software into the system. Processor, any processor will be supported. No problem. That's it. Is it clear now? Yogesh,
Yes,
you got it right?
yes.
Fine. Fine. Let's come to that credentials is administrator at the rate of pega.com. The password is install. So we just log in the Pega platform application here. So these are the some predefined rules. These are the designs, the predefined designs. And I'm going to introduce this screen again. So this is that portals I told you. Pega is having to the different roles in Pega, not only for the developers. So we have a developers and the managers. I mean, like developers and BA team and testing team and admin team manager. So the decisioning team and marketing team, different roles is there. But in the portal is nothing but it will be work area of the each and every role. So devs today is nothing but developers work area, and the admin today is nothing but administrator work area. So administrator is the main responsibility here. We just create the requesters and will be agents, and even his responsibility is just to monitoring the agents and which agent is not running, so which agent is not proper reports are not generated to the clients, and this will be tracing into the agents and we will be start the agent again. So these are all the system and resources and overall these are all the administrator work. Let's go for another one is apps today is that our business architect. So why business architect means in Pega we have a two type of roles. Okay. One is for case participants and what is another one is for case worker, case designers. What is the participants? Anyone? What is the participants? What is the participants? Okay. So the case participants in that case processing and the case participants of the Pega is uh, case manager and case worker, case manager and the case worker, and the case designers is SCA and means system architect and the business architects. These are the case designers. So what will happen here? First of all, the responsibilities of the this case manager and case worker. Case worker is the end users, the clients. These two persons are case participants. That means the yes. Yeah, yeah, yes. Tell me.
Nothing.
Yeah, just mute on yourself. Tell me down and I will mute on.
Sorry.
Mute on yourself. If any doubts, unmute and ask.
Okay. Sorry.
Means case managers and case workers. Suppose if you are going to apply any loan application process into the bank, so the manager is a person to process the is just involving that the request will be processed, I mean that completed or incompleted. But actual development will be who is the corresponding team is there in bank and that loan officer and busy officer and something separate teams is there. The application will be travel to the different teams, right? So they are will be involving into the so ask the customers how much loan is required and what type of surety is going to mention, what type of documents, and these are all will be very separate teams there. And manager responsibilities we just going to check for the documents that BCV is done or not, and then immediately is going to that loan is approved or rejected. Is one of the participant person and that another person will be who is that person looking into that loan that are that person also involved. These two persons will be not doing the work only for involved. So that another one is manager is the responsible once you get the request and transfer the request to the particular department into the organization. Okay, so who is that correct person to resolve that request? So these are the responsibilities of the manager and the workers. I mean the clients. That designer sees the total responsibilities. First BA, business architect is going to interacting with the clients and what type of requirements they are looking and just gather the all requirements and submit that all requirements in that in document form that submit that all document form into the SCA system architects. System architects we have different level of developers in Pega. There is junior levels and senior levels and lead system architects. So CSC is the certified system architect. Excuse me. CWSA is the Certified Senior System Architect. LSA is the Lead System Architect. These are the operators. These are the developers. These many seniors and juniors and leads. So will be involving and development of the applications. That only for BA responsibilities. Once you get the gathering the requirements, is going to submit the requirement into the system architects. That the system architects will be involving and they are going to start the development of the application. This is normally application process will be happen into the in Pega development. Okay, so then come back. These are the areas, and even apps today is that business architect area, and that manager. This is the separately manager portal, manager work area, and that one more case worker portal also. Case worker portal is not displayed. Even this is a Pega platform application display. So that is the reason that case worker is not showing there. And even if you want to configuration outbound emails and mobile application view of that Pega and reportings and integrations and email outbounds and user interfaces, you want to add any galleries and all. So we can configure by using this configuration tab and then can create. So already I told then Pega will be collection of the rules. So we can create the rules by following this path and Pega will be collection of the rules and a very important thing is while creating the rule path is very important. Suppose let data mode, property is which category, some data transform is which category, some data page is which category, edit validate, edit inputs are which category. And each and every one so is having some separate path. What are the path of each and every rules that is very important. And then these are the Pega community news. So first of all, we can just go and sign up for this. The URL is pdnpega.com. There is updated news is going on for they will mention every day. So that pdnpega.com is the Pega community URL, and this is a portal. And every day they are posting to the new questions and the new on new analysis and new version update also. So even we can download for your personalization your software into this community. So if you have any questions while developing the application, even we can post there and you will get the multiple answers into the worldwide Pega developers. In the worldwide, there is multiple operators will be there into these Pega communities. So first, if you want to access, first you need to sign up, provide your personal details. Like if it is, if you don't have a official mail ID, also no problem. Provide your Gmail, so Gmail also accepted. So then we'll get one username and password. So then you can log in that credentials and we can access that all application training. I mean that even their CSA, CSA training process and CWSA training process also. That's me. If I want to then see the structure and even you can just after the class immediately you can go and check there. There is challenges. There is a model questions also is there. I mean that certification questions also is there. Everything will be there into the feed. And this is the debugging tools, but in Pega. So this is the normally uh, advantage in Pega PRPC. These are many debugging tools in there. Each and every debugging tool we can use the particular purpose, and this is the purpose of each and every debugging tool in coming classes, and we will discuss and what type of debugging tool in use, which type of requirement, which type of exceptions. Once get the exceptions, what type of exceptions we can use this debugging. So this one will deal in coming classes. So then we'll go for this is your profile first. So we can see your profile as you are that. So once assign the client for you, that everything should be administrator will be enter your all details, your client details and your name and position and phone number and your official mail ID and your skill set and rating also. That means you are master in what? Pega, not only Pega, Java, Japanese or some French languages and what type of skills you are having. Every skill will be they will mention, and you can just give the rating also. This rating will be they will analyze, like if it is master in Pega, then first preference you, that the manager will be routed that request automatically or automated transfer the request for you. Why? Because we have a more rating compared to other developers. Okay, so even we can change the password. As of now the password is the install, right? We can change this password. Availability, these are all we will discuss. This is your client name and all information. Client name, what is the last login ID, login time and login ID. So the work pool is, what is the work pool of this client, your application. So that is a work pool by some, by default Pega sample here. So another one, calendars. The calendar is what type of, I mean, your client is some US default. Some your client is UK, Russia. So some different technology, different countries. They based on the different that country name, automatically the calendar will be, they will update it. Okay, local settings, that is a local language. If it is US is default English, right? That's one. Rules. So what are the rules, other rules into this Pega application? So what type of rules and what type of rule set you are able to access, and what type of application rule set you are able to access. These are all will be, they will mention it. And if it any modifications is there, you can just consult the admin team and they will add it into the your separate profile details. Okay, that's it. Then if with the log of option also will be there here, and your operator and your access group will be the client access group, everything should be there here. That's it. Then after that, this is the case types and data types. Case type is nothing but, already I told, right? There is in the Pega we have for first one UI and what is the logic and data. So in the data table, so first of all, we can develop the UI, right? So UI is end users will be interacting with the UI, they will send the request, and that live UI is nothing but we can develop the UI screens and all. We will be case types explorer, and the data types database. We can create the all data tables by using the data types explorer. And app explorer is, we can open that case types and data types into the in app explorer. And records is what are the rules we created. We can see that all list of the rules, that is for records. And what are the rule we recently is open, that is a recent tab. So these are all will be introduction of the Pega 8.1 version. After your work completed, just to go to click on log off, and this is for login step again. So then we can just minimize this and close that one browser and come back to the desktop, and double click shut down, double click on this server shutdown icon. Automatically this server will be closed. This is a starting to ending login. So next process is, so what are the designs in Pega, and what type of designs is there, and how to involve and where you start the Pega PRPC. These are all we'll discuss in the next class. If you have any doubts, then go and ask. Any doubts?
No, nothing from my side.
Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining today. We will meet them. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.